Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. Make sure my mic is up. Hello, Doodlebug. I hope y'all can hear me. I don't know if you can. Let me drop my link. Hey, Far. How are you? Just trying to get started here. Hope everyone's doing well. Far, can you hear me? Just want to make sure everyone can hear me. I'm doing okay. I had the day off. But now I don't know how to... Hold on. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me, Far? Okay, good. As long as everyone can hear me, that's... Hey, Real Gonzo, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you guys for coming in. I was just, listening in on, a few, channels this week, and, I've always noticed, like, the cold cases just are so bizarre to me. Like, the new cases, like, we were talking today, or Dago was talking today, and about this Hannah Kobayashi, okay? Was she, okay, does anyone in here, does anyone know, um, Doodle, if you want to, jump up with me quick, that would be awesome. I think I dropped my link at the top. So if anybody wants to join, they definitely can. I just, the cold cases really get me. And we recently passed the 1 year mark with Tyler Goodrich here in Nebraska, over in Lincoln, and still no sign of him. And, you know, yeah. Okay. Awesome. Doodle. Um, but, um, so we recently reached the 1 year mark with Tyler, and there's so many similarities, I guess, between him and Sebastian. And, for them, for law enforcement to not come out with anything on either of them, okay, it makes it really frustrating. I don't know if they don't have anything or if they do have something and are keeping it close, but it makes us think, if they don't have anything. Oh, FARQ, it's Tyler Goodrich. Just Google it. It's here in Nebraska, and he went missing on November 3rd last year. Him and his husband had an argument. His husband called 911. Tyler was gone by the time 911 got there and hasn't been seen since. We went on a search, and I can say we because I was there. We went on a search for him, a vehicle search. So it wasn't like we were like out actively searching for him because it was hunting season, and we don't want hunters to think that we're an animal. So we literally just drove on these literal boondock country roads. Yes, I probably did. On these boondock country roads, and stuck a flag out where we thought somebody might hide a body. Okay. And I don't know. Real Gone Gonzo, I don't know if you're still with me, but have you done any I know you searched for Chance. Have you searched for Tyler at all? Because now there's a lot of similarities in that one as well. I mean, in all of these cases are, yeah, yep. Chance just walked away, never to be seen again. Sebastian just walked out, or so we think, to never be seen again. Tyler just ran out to never be seen again. What is going on, y'all? Well, I think Tyler was just going to go run it off because him and his husband got in a fight or in an argument. I can't say it was, I think they've always used the word argument. But yeah, I think he just meant to kind of go for a jog, which he frequently did, and then he came back, just like Chance. Like Chance just took off. Like he had his phone. Chance might have had his wallet too, but I don't think that those have been found. Yeah, Tyler just went off with his Fitbit. I think that's all they said that he had was like a Fitbit type thing. But yeah, he didn't mean to take a vehicle. He didn't mean to, so I don't know. But yeah, I think it was around 9 p.m. I'm not sure on the time, but I know it was, dark. And I do remember last year, the same as this year, it wasn't really that cold that day. But however, these cases are going cold. So, it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Once again, I just want to thank everyone for joining me. Just had to make sure I was comfy tonight. I don't know. I don't know what to say. And there's so many other cases that are similar. I mean, we have so many unsolved. Yes. I do. Yeah. There are. Yeah, my suspicions are with. The more I think about it, the more suspicious I do kind of get of Marshall, but. Yes, Doodle. We've thought about that too, like. It, it but even that's hard for me to think, even with Chance, because I think at one point, Doodle, there was now listen, I will say this, just getting there has been a chapter 1 podcast on Tyler. Now they are going to do more chapters. There is a recent Spotify podcast, and it's chapter 1 on Tyler. So I don't know if y'all want to go listen to that. I have not listened to it yet. I haven't had a chance to. But will soon. And we're gonna keep coming back to it because, I want Tyler to be found. I want him, his family to have closure, like either him being safe or him being found. I think at one point he might have had a little bit of an issue with something. I don't know if it was, and I don't even know if it was drugs or alcohol. But I think there might have been something, but I do know that Hi, Owl. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Not sure if it was, substances or alcohol, but I do know that he was very on the right track. And not just for like a little bit. I think it's been for a while. They do have 2 kids. So I'm thinking he was on the straight and narrow. Yeah, I do think that everything was well. I heard that, yeah, I haven't heard anything out of the ordinary as far as that goes. I just know that he walked out, ran out, and leaves, his family devastated. We're devastated too, but we're looking into it and frustrated and all of the above. I am not the canine situation. I'm not sure. I don't know what they did or did not. I don't know if they took canines to the house. I don't know what I don't have the details on that. If I could ever get his friend to come up with me, we could have a lot more answers. She could give us a lot of information, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have nothing. Nothing. And it's really weird to me, like, it's bizarre to me that Sebastian hasn't even been missing for a year yet. Yeah, Doodle. Hello, Necessary Evil. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. Usually they start out with a 5-mile radius to search. Yeah, I think everything within 5 miles has definitely been. Because, like I say, like the other, couple weeks ago when we went out, we searched 320 miles, I think they said, or something like that. And they had over 125 tips. Yes, thank you for joining us, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in. Okay, I have another question for y'all. Can't even remember. I just listened to the case earlier today, like a couple hours ago, and can't remember her name. But it was over in Australia. Let me see if I can. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can't. Celeste Mano. FarQ, do you know? That would be awesome if JC could get to 1,000 subs, Owl. Thank you. I don't even know how many subs I have. Celeste Mano. FarQ, have you heard of that one? I know it happened in Australia. But it's a case of at what point, and Doodle, I don't know if you can help me out with this, but at what does it take for law enforcement to say, okay, something's wrong here? Basically, FarQ, this girl, Hannah, was working at a call center, and she was one of the managers or leaders or something, and this guy got fired. And the guy got fired, and no. The guy got fired, and she was tasked with walking him out to his car when he got fired. And she was she was a nice person and just very kind and very, you know, lighthearted and kind to people and had a good heart and all. And she went to gave him gave him a handshake, and he went to kiss her on the cheek, and she got freaked out. Then he started like texting her, harassing her, all the stuff. And yeah, it became to a point where he was harassing her, so she filed a protective order. And then he wrote a letter saying, highlighting their way home. Hi, PJ, how are you? Oh my gosh, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. PJ, we're talking about cold cases. But yeah, like, I just don't know, like, I is law enforcement like so numb to it that they're just, I mean, because her and her mom waited a while to report anything to law enforcement. Finally, they did, and law enforcement was like, well, just ignore him, just ignore him. Aw, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Just that it happens so often. I know. So, but in these cases, like, he ended up killing her. And just so sad. So sad that things have to come to that point, I guess. And I don't know if anyone knows, but when they say that you have to wait 24 hours to report someone missing, where did that come about? Because I've been told time and time again that is not a thing. So I don't understand why law enforcement says that. That started because many people that have ran away come back within 24 hours. So wait 24 hours for everybody? I mean, so that's just like a baseline, I guess, is what they're probably saying is some states still do it. Well, and I do know that recently in the last week, a couple, I don't know, one of the, oh gosh, one of the, or a kid from one of my hometowns out west, went missing. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that happened. Oh my gosh, that's awful. Um, let me see. Oh, good. The Omaha girl has been found. The Omaha girl has been found. Gavin Running Hawk. So Gavin Running Hawk, um, missing date 11/30/2024. Family identified a bag and other belongings as being Gavin's. The belongings were found in a vehicle approximately 30 miles southeast of Chadron, which was abandoned. Current age 14, race American Indian or Alaskan Native, male, brown eyes, black hair, 5'3", 190 pounds. Gavin is a 14-year-old American Indian or Alaskan Native male. At the time of his disappearance, he was 5'3" and weighed 190 pounds. He has black hair, brown eyes. Last seen in his residence in Chadron, Nebraska. It is believed he left around 3 a.m. Now, I don't know this kid personally, and I don't really know if I know his family, but I'm sure I know his family of family. Um, now, yeah, so he went missing a couple days ago. But they have found evidence. They found the belonging, family identified a bag and other belongings as Gavin's. So let's just hope that they are doing what they can. I really hope they find him. I seen it on Facebook, and a cousin or an aunt or something was reaching out, and I just said file a missing person. I don't even know if they'd filed a missing persons report, and all I said was file a missing persons report immediately. Immediately, people. I just, when they go missing in the middle of the night like that, like Sebastian went missing from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., this kid went missing at 3 a.m. I mean, that is just, yeah, that just gives me some things to think about. Sorry, I'm not watching. Oh, well, I can. Yeah, I guess I. Well, yeah, that's the other thing is, in the wintertime when it's cold out, even when we do have, even when we do have the victims that are found, their remains are found, when we don't know who did it, when we don't know who is responsible, that's also frustrating. So many frustrating parts in a lot of these situations. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the case that I was listening to, um, I mean, it's a solved case. I believe, yeah, it is. But the one that fr- frustrated me was Jolene Cummings, the the hairdresser, the hairstylist lady. I don't understand how someone can. I don't understand how someone can do that to someone. That's just crazy to me. But come to find out, that lady was meant. I can say it. She was mentally not well because she got, combative, and in the not combative because they were holding her back, but she got, you know, angry in the courtroom, and you know, um, I don't know if she should have been able to stand trial. I really don't. And yeah, and PJ, Maura Murray case has is one, and I don't know if I've told you this before, but Maura's case was one of the very first cases I ever listened to because it was Kendall Ray did a video on it, and she was my very first YouTuber that I listened to, and I listened to her story, her video on it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it really is. Because I mean, is there any? Do we know more than we don't really know? Oh yeah, Kendall's awesome, very awesome, and just a plug for her, I guess. But they've I don't know if you heard, but they started the recent Higher Hope Foundation. They are just her and Josh are just such good people. I can't even begin to say, you know, what good they do, and CrimeCon is in Denver next year, and I'm really hoping that they go. Like, really hoping. Um, Hi, Scott. Thank you for joining. Super appreciate you. Gosh, I have so many good people with me tonight. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys want to go check out the Higher Hope Foundation. I know I'm going to. She also said that like you can do your own fundraiser through the foundation, which I think is awesome. So if you have, like a case or a organization or something that you want to do a fundraiser for, you can through the Higher Hope Foundation. I think that's awesome. I think that's the way she kind of explained it. That's my understanding anyway. But yeah, they have the Higher Hope Foundation. They have, they're each individual podcasts, channels. Josh does, Lights Out. Kendall does The Sesh with Janelle. Um, Plus Kendall does her own channel, and they are very busy, and now they have, they do Mile Higher together. They have Mile Higher merch. So yeah, I mean, just a huge shout out to Josh and Kendall, because they're amazing people. But yeah, she did a video on Mora, and it was one of the very first cases I listened to, her and Nora Jackson. But I just remember her saying about Mora how she liked to run and how Mora was a good athlete. And, we think she just went out. We don't know what happened. But wasn't PJ, if I'm not correct, did they say that there was or was not footprints in the snow? Because or maybe like they think she went out, like ran out in the snow. Yes. Did they think maybe she ran out in the snow, but it was snowing and then her footprints got snowed over? Is that even a theory? I remember them saying there were no footprints, and I was so confused. Because if she went away, if she got out of her car and went into the woods, that there'd be some footprints, but there was no footprints. But they believe she was picked up. In the same way, listen, Tyler could probably be about the same way as Mora. I know Tyler's a big guy. He's like 6'1" or something, 185 pounds. Was in the Marines or something. I don't know if he was currently, but I know he was previously. But I think Chance, I think these people are being picked up. I think now with all the new stuff coming out with Sebastian, which not from law enforcement, but with these emails and talks of this, I don't know what to believe about Sebastian anymore. Sebastian's a case in its own. I believe that Chance was. I believe Chance was picked up. I think that's. If there's a few things I think about Chance, but one of my second main theory on Chance is he was picked up. How many theories do I have about Sebastian before I think he was lured out and picked up? I don't know. Tyler very well could have been picked up. It's frustrating. Oh, they truly are. Yes, PJ. Or these, remains that are found, one of the cases that intrigues is more intriguing to me than anything is Mitrice Richardson. Her remains weren't, she was right. And I would be so frustrated if I was law enforcement. If they don't have anything, they are more frustrated than anybody. If they do have something, they still don't have him. So they're still frustrated. As much that it is so much that's going on in Sebastian's case, I don't believe that family had anything to do with it either. Some of this, and I, thought about the fact that, in the very, very beginning, I'm like, and I guess the reason that I think that it could be a hoax from the get-go is because I think of the Colorado balloon guy case. Do you guys remember that? Where the family reported the kid missing and all this stuff went on and they went looking for him. And they thought, right, far. The hot air balloon case. Like they reported the kid missing. They thought he was in the hot air balloon. They reported him missing. Or no, they thought he was in the hot air balloon. They took the hot air balloon down. When the hot air balloon came down, he was not in the hot air balloon. So he was kind of pretty much reported missing. They went searching for him, and like hours to maybe a day later, they found him. He was hiding in the closet. And they're like, okay, he's all safe. And then they were interviewing him, and he said something about it was for part of the show. And the dad looked at him like, shut up. And they were like, okay, that kind of. So, like, what ended up happening is that the dad and the mom were trying to get, like, people talking, and they were trying to get a deal for their own reality show. I mean, that's just outrageous to use a missing kid. So that because I knew of that is the only reason. If I wouldn't have known that, there was no way that I would have thought that even thought that Sebastian's case could have been a hoax. And in the very beginning I thought that, and then I was quickly shut down. So I kind of kept it out of sight, out of mind for a long time. And now I'm absolutely bedazzled baffled. Baffled, bedaffled, debaffled, whatever. It's just, it's crazy. That would be my... Yeah. Well, and even, I mean, there's the missing autistic kid here in Omaha, Ryan Larson, but there's not, there's no, we do have sign of him because they found his umbrella, but other than that, we don't know. Don't know. And he's been missing for almost 4 years now. And there's nothing. I mean, I don't know if I just don't talk to the right people or know the right people around here, but I know a lot of people. And I mean, nobody's interested in this, true crime like I am, but nobody talks about it unless it's the anniversary. Nobody talks about it. The news doesn't even... There's a missing guy here in Omaha that I know about because one of my coworkers knows the family or something, and he's missing, and I have not seen it on the news. I have only seen it on social media that he's missing. And he did go to jail for a night and was bonded out or got out the next day. And I wonder if that has something, his past. There is a lot of flyers out for, there are flyers out for Tyler. I will say that. Over in Lincoln, they have done a great job. Now, as far as flyers in Omaha, which is only 50 miles away, not really. I mean, I don't see them all the time. I don't think I've seen a flyer of Tyler in Omaha. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah. People should be talking. Nobody talks about Ryan, who's been missing for almost 4 years. Except for on the anniversary, and he was 11 when he went missing. Like, yeah. But even the guy here that is missing, the guy that went to jail for a night, is missing. I don't even think I've heard it on the news. In fact, I know I haven't. I've seen it on Facebook, but that's only because I'm in the Missing Persons of Nebraska Facebook page or whatever. Oh, no. Yeah. He was 11. He'd be 15. He'd be 14 or 15. I think he'd be 15 now. Nobody really talks about him. The news don't cover unless it's the anniversary. I look for him all the time. All the time. Yeah. And I'll go, looking to do research on one, and I'll find 5 more. You just never know what happens to them. And it's so, so sad and frustrating. I know. And honestly, PJ, that's why I find myself watching the news less and less. Because let me check, but I can guarantee, I think I even went to look up Gavin, okay, who, I went to look up Gavin on the hometown, website, news website, shadrad.com. And let's see. Okay. This is wonderful. They do have a story, a picture of Gavin on the hometown website, so that is good. He's been missing since Saturday night. Looks like he has on like a high school or junior high football uniform. So he was 14, I believe. Yeah, so he was either probably in 8th or ninth grade. The picture is of him in a football jersey. So, he must have played football. But just a, normal, 8th or ninth grader, junior high or low high school grade, and goes missing at 3 a.m. Now, it's a good chance that okay, I'll just say this. Chadron is a small town. Like 5,000 people, okay? So that's where, that's like my hometown, like my other hometown, the town I grew up in. But I would never have snuck out at 3 a.m., but for me just to be out, like, wasn't unsafe. Like, everybody knows everybody and, whatnot. Like, everybody knows everybody here, too. But now the fact that he was last seen at 3 a.m., that's something else. Because, okay, college is in session. Football's no longer in session, but school is still in session. College is still in session. Um, you know, not sure if he went to meet some college kids to go party with them. Like, not sure, what could have happened, but he went missing at 3 a.m. I mean, I remember several, when I was in college there were several nights that I was out at 3 a.m. at a at a house party. And I never felt unsafe, not 1 ounce. I was with people I trusted. I was, whatever, and everybody knows everybody. But this kid is still missing since Saturday night. And that's been a while ago now. That's been almost, is it 5 days? 4 days? Yeah. Now, if I was a kid in Omaha, where everybody doesn't know everybody, that would have been a different story. You know. Yeah, 4 days is too long for a 14 or 15-year-old to be not found or not heard of. Um, does anybody know? Do they think that Hannah went missing on her own accord now? I know I seem like I'm all over the place, but I just think about so many things. Annie Elise has done a great, great video on the twin flames. It was a while back. I know her dad was so upset. Yeah, like I say, Annie Elise did a video on the twin flames a while ago, and I think it's just beyond. It's beyond like matchmaking and finding your soulmate. Now, Doodle, today you guys were talking, and this Twin Flames University. Before Ted Life, she must have watched Inside Edition. I know I watched Inside Edition. With what's her name? Uh the blonde lady. Can't remember her name. I watched Inside Edition. I watched 2020 with my mother when I was younger. Inside Edition was first to come out with it. With the Twin Flames? Um but they were talking today that an episode on Hannah. Inside Edition was the first to do an episode on Hannah. Now, the Twin Flames University founders, did they really say that you have to have gender reassignment surgery to be happy in life? Because I don't know how I feel about that. I have a lot of trans friends, and I don't even know how they would feel about it. But my question is, if they feel that way, Are they trans? I'm not thinking that they are trans, but that your twin flame can be either sex. Yeah. So, right there, kind of the hypocrisy is a little crazy to me. Yeah. It's just, it goes beyond having a boyfriend, girlfriend, or even like a husband or a wife. Like, yeah, they're just a step above. I mean, it goes into the religion. It goes into the religion, and that's, like where I don't like when they use religion as a like a mechanism, I guess. My friend. I mean, I have friends that do tarot, that read tarots. Yeah, that's just, it's all crazy. I can't get on board with being, yeah, I can't get on board with saying that. Um, I'm explaining to my roommate what the twin flames are. So it's like the um, Twin Flames University. These two people, like, they have packages, and like you can pay over, like, they have services. They have a packages for of services for over $8,000. So you can find your twin flame, and it goes way beyond like a soulmate. It's like, well, first off, you're gonna laugh.
Okay.
Um, but I heard today, from my understanding, is that you have to have gender reassignment surgery in order to be happy with your life. But they
For
these
everybody?
yeah, these people like pay, like, for each pack, like a package can be like $1,000 up to $8,000. But like they pay to like have these people, like, these people pay them to come and, like, clean their house and do the chores and all this stuff.
Interesting.
And, that's not, okay, she's saying that's not a thing. It's basically a cult. There's no other word for it.
Sounds like it.
It's crazy.
Something I don't want to get involved in.
Yeah, no.
No, ma'am.
But yeah. Um, I mean, in some cases, do I think tarot's, I mean, I don't know. A twin flame is a spiritual concept describing a person with whom you share an intensely deep connection, often considered to be the other half of your soul, reflecting a profound mirroring of your personality, beliefs, and desires, leading to a powerful and transformation relationship, not necessarily romantic, that pushes you to personal growth and spiritual evolution. It's a soulmate connection on a higher level, yes. Who are these imposters of twin flame? I don't see anything spiritual. FARQ, I'm with you on that. But yeah, but this is a theory about Hannah is that she's trying to join a cult or something of the sort. The cult twin flame universe is just two crazy manipulators. Yep, I agree. I absolutely agree. And I don't understand how people cannot see that. And I don't believe I mean, I don't know what would want to drive you to do something like that. I mean, I've never had a boyfriend. I'm not that, I mean, I'm probably considered a desperate person, but I am definitely not that desperate. I'm desperate, not stupid. That's so sad. That's so sad. Do they know where she's at? She's just in Mexico. It's so weird. So weird. Oh, so they just know she's in Mexico, but they don't know where she's at. But they know she's in Mexico. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. So she's still considered missing. Okay. Still on NamUs. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Um, the only detail they were missing is that the cult is run by cis straight people and that people are being convinced to transition against their wishes in order to uphold heteronormativity. They tried to convince 3 women that were not trans to transition. That's crazy. I almost think that trans people would be, like real trans people, like my trans friends, would be real offended. Because their journeys are not easy. Because they had masculine energy. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not the most feminine female ever. Like, like, I was a total tomboy. But in no way, shape, or form do I think I'm trans. A trans male. So basically, they think that they're matchmakers. Yeah, very odd. Very, very odd. It is like arranged marriages. Um, a matchmaking firm. But way. That cost $9,000. Yeah. And we thought $40 a month was expensive. Exactly, Far. Oh, mine is. My soulmate is. I don't even know. Don't even know. Because time changes things too. Like, there was two people that I thought, oh my gosh, like I'm going to be with them forever. Like, we're going to get in a relationship. We're going to be together. We're going to have the white picket fence. And that is not. I'm still waiting on a boyfriend. My soulmate is a cake, red velvet with cream cheese icing. Yeah. And less expensive than 9 grand or $40 a month. Cake always leaves you satisfied. Absolutely, it never disappoints. And I don't eat cake if I don't like it. So, there's that. There you go. And costs a lot less than joining a cult. No. Mm-mm. PJ, no, they don't. Because look at, um, I mean, I know this is different, but look at Shanquella Robinson. But Mexico, I don't think cares about the missing people over here because they won't change the matter of death to homicide. Ugh, that PJ, it's absolutely. They need to call a cult busters person. Farq you, I love it. Yeah. Um, Shanquella's case just pisses me off. Mexico needs to change the matter of death because or the United States needs to make what's it called, femicide, uh prosecutable crime. Not sure why it's not. I think that is absolutely bogus. Yeah. They wrote to the president. Biden did nothing. Well, something, I don't know. Something needs to happen. Because those kids are getting away with killing their friend. Their friend. Okay. So, but can't they prove that a crime happened in that because of the video that they have? Or okay, I get, PJ, I guess my question is this. Does her family have her body? I believe they do, but didn't her dad have to like go through all these things and pay like a crazy amount of money to get her body back to them? And even in the United States, like look at Lauren Agee. So law enforcement has the video, and they're still not trying to track these people down to do an interview with them because they're still roaming free, and that is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, yeah, if we have the video, they should. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Does the video show? I wonder if the video shows when she actually was killed. I want to say that one snap was, and it was weird because wasn't she by herself and then went into the room and they were all in the room? It was just very odd, the circumstances. I think that, I think last I talked about it was you could tell she was not, you could tell, you could, they almost had it down to you could almost tell the time, the moment that she passed away. I think they were all involved, but I think it comes down to one person that actually did the physical harm, and it comes down to that one person, but nobody's talking about, nobody's coming forward. The other friends are not, they're covering for her basically. Oh, good. Who'd they file it against? Against the FBI. Well, yeah, because you got to go, I mean, you want to go after the friends, but if you can't get to them, then you take it to the state. I guess that's, and then they just went up the chain of command. So you got to do what you got to do. And obviously the FBI ain't doing anything. So you got to do what you got to do. That's sad. But I'm glad they finally did that. Very glad they finally did that. It's way past time. Way past time. Yeah, and another, the friends are the Cabo Six, yeah. Because she was the seventh person, right? Well, they'll have to do something now if there's a lawsuit, a wrongful death suit filed against them. They're, yeah. I haven't heard why any of this happened either. Like, why they were apparently upset with her or fighting with her or whatever. Well, how can they figure out why when they ain't talking? Because she ain't here. And her parents have just been absolutely so patient. So patient. And I don't know how. But yeah, the why would be a good starting point. But if you can't even figure that out, and I'm sure they were jealous of her to an extent. Because didn't she have like her own like hair salon or something like that? And I think she had a couple things going on. She was gorgeous, which is another reason they were probably jealous of her. As I say, I have from the video, I think there's one person going at her. And they were all taunting her. The woman's fashion line. Okay. For some reason, I thought she was like a hairdresser. Hairstylist. Was she both? Did she have like a and social media personality? Okay. Yeah, she was very talented and very out there, like very sociable and very personable person. And obviously very kind and giving to her friends. I mean, because I heard that she had a few things going for her. But I also heard that she was like that she paid for some of the trip or something herself for her friends. Is what I was under the impression of. I don't know if I heard that she paid for all of it, but I did hear that she paid for a good like chunk of it. Oh no, it doesn't matter. She paid for her part. She paid for I heard she paid for some other thing for her friend. Some people she may have paid for all of it and this is what happened to her. Are you kidding me? If that's the case, that makes it even more awful. She was in the hotel room due to all of a sudden becoming ill. Well, and that's when they told her mom that she had alcohol poisoning. But the timing doesn't match up because I heard that I heard that, like, I don't know what's her mom's name? Latisse? No. Salmonella. I'm thinking of Mike Reese Richardson. But Salmonella said that the yeah, the autopsy showed absolutely different than alcohol poisoning as the cause of death. And the time was off too, because they said she was pronounced deceased at one time, but like the medical examiner didn't even get there until another time. So yeah, that's a whole mess too. There's a lot of messes in that one. But I really, really hope that they can come up with something in the wrongful death suit, because that's a case I want to cover as well, is because it's so frustrating that they had to go through all that, and that these kids are on the loose, living their life, and hers was cut short. So yeah, these people need to be held accountable. That's all there is to it. Not just the people involved in the incident, but the people involved in the mishandling of the entire situation. Yeah, they were awful. Absolutely awful. Um, but yeah, that's kind of a case gone cold too, because they don't even got anyone being responsible for it. Because she didn't do it to herself. And she was being beaten. So, yeah, they need to come up with something. But, anyways, I think I'm going to get off here for now, guys. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all very much. Um, I will be back on I believe Friday or Sunday or both. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but do have things I have lots of ideas. So, yeah, I hope you guys can join me again. Thank you so much. And yeah, PJ, I will continue to follow the Mora story. And Farq, thank you for joining me as well from over there, over the pond. I'm hoping to see you guys in other chats, and it was good talking to you, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Doodle and Real Gone Gonzo and Owl, I appreciate you jumping in too. And Necessary Evil, thank you. Let's just keep our eyes out and our ears open and hope that we can get some justice for these people, bring them home, get to the bottom of the situations. And I will see you guys very soon. Thank you, Doodle. And hope you guys have a good rest of the night. And I will see you next time, and stay safe. Good night, guys.